You mean 9:30?
Yep, I do. All right, we are live.
We are.
Hello, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Yep, there we are. It just popped up. Hi, welcome. We're the Knights of the Drunk Watch. We are here to discuss American Horror Story. We know we're a few days late, but this is when the Knights can get together.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. For a couple of weeks, it's going to be on Sundays.
Well, yeah, maybe all Sundays.
Maybe all Sundays.
Yeah.
Well, we're still figuring out the schedule. I'm going to deal with sharing stuff. Someone else talk.
So we just watched episode 1, the end of American Horror Story Apocalypse, and now we're going to talk about it. So introductions.
So I'm Andrew.
I'm Audie.
My Jello shot is melting.
This is Mark, and I'm Kate.
We're on the Knights of the Drunk Watch, and we're going to solve this problem.
And
now our
talk
begins eventually. Strawberry Jello shots, y'all. In Game of Thrones glasses.
Fabulous. So, the apocalypse is nuclear warfare.
Yeah, I have to say that shooketh me. This whole the message getting sent out to everybody on their phones. You have an hour to get out of the big cities. Like, the end is coming. I don't know why, but that really just viscerally hit me. So,
well, and also because I think we've all especially if you have those notifications on your phone, we've had those times where you've been sitting in a room with people and your phones all go off at the same time because
an
there's
Amber
a storm
Alert
coming
or there's Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah, and so we're familiar with that enough to have it be a very real thing.
I really I don't know, that was a good beginning as far as I'm concerned. I feel like Ryan Murphy began it well. I mean, I don't know how much of it is actually
I
Ryan
wanted
Murphy.
to see more bombs and explosions and destructions. I wanted to see a frickin' James Cameron T2 nuclear holocaust of Los Angeles.
Well, and I have a feeling we might actually get to see that. I mean, not maybe the center of Los Angeles where the bomb went off, but
they can't afford that.
There's obviously, it sounds like people are survived and suffering, at least in the 18 months, outside of these compounds. So we might see a little bit of Billy Eichner,
covered in tumors.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of those people eating the horses at the bottom of
or who
ravine.
overrun the other, those other
Outposts?
bases outposts that got overrun.
Yeah, so it will be interesting to see. I mean, we're already jumping to what's going on in the future, but it will be interesting to see if we get to other outposts, or because obviously it can't just be the people we see.
If it is Ryan Murphy, you done fucked up again.
Yeah.
And we're gonna hate watch you instead.
Not enough people.
Well, and you know that it's supposed to be this big crossover between Coven and Murder House, so obviously something's gotta.
Yeah.
And I mean, all of the previews have had to do with this apocalyptic baby, and and we know Connie Britton and Dylan McDermott are back.
Yeah, what happens to ghosts in an apocalypse?
I guess
the Murder House?
They probably still go on.
Well, if they were stuck in their house and the house gets blown to smithereens, are they just stuck on the land?
And that was technically in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
The murder house is in Los Angeles. Because remember, it was on the Star Tour. It was on the tours. They were taking the tours. It's an LA house, and that's where we were when we first started.
Were we?
Yeah, she was in
LA.
LA
Oh, yeah.
because the bombs come into LA. Blah blah blah.
Right.
We did have that. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna get from this to everybody's distracted by Avatar right now.
No, we're listening.
We're listening
She's
to you,
talking
Audie,
about
and now you
You're
stopped.
finishing a sentence. We were waiting for you to finish your sentence.
I'm so sorry. Anyways.
So Audie was distracted by Avatar.
Yeah.
right
I
now.
was distracted by Kate looking.
No, I was listening to you finishing your sentence. We also had someone ask us, and this is kind of getting off topic, but they asked us Hi, Ann Levitt, asking us if we're going to live watch us watching the episodes like the previous years. And
so here's the thing: talk to Zach because he's deathly afraid of us getting copyright strikes.
Yeah, we've
now.
gotten previously we've gotten kicked off YouTube because of doing that. We would love to because we like to talk.
I
to
wonder
people
if we
while
could
we're
do it on
watching
Facebook. On
Maybe.
the group. We could try maybe doing it on Facebook for the
Yeah, the
live
problem
reaction.
is YouTube hears little bits of the show or a song or something in the background, and then the little robot that's going through everything flags it as copyright.
I mean, we were kicked off of YouTube for 3 months.
So
right.
we're a little wary of it. We will try and figure out if there is a way for us to do it because we do like doing that, but we'll figure it out.
We will hopefully be having some reaction videos going up.
At least that. She also says she heard that the people we were excited to see might just be on as quick cameos. So
Ryan Murphy, you done fucked up. I will be so mad at Ryan Murphy if he's been like building us up all this
these
time.
people.
What? Ryan Murphy's never done that.
Because if that was all, I mean, quite frankly, I didn't care about Billy Eichner.
No.
So if that's all he is, that's fine. But why is that all he is?
Like, Billy Eichner is so great. Why would you underuse him like that?
But everyone, like Jessica Lange is so great. Why would you underuse her as a cameo?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Connie Britton is so great. Why would you underuse her as a cameo?
I still think it's weird that she's not playing Cordelia. I mean, all of the Coven ladies are coming back, though, with the exception of Thaisa Farmiga, who I didn't see.
But she couldn't be Cordelia because she lives forever. You know.
Oh, but it wasn't that long ago.
Well, I mean, the witches at least have extended
The Supreme
lives.
has, for sure.
So let's talk about, instead of jumping ahead to like what it could be, let's talk about this actual episode. So what we had is we had the apocalypse. We have rich people going to the bunker.
Hi, K. Richard J.
Hi, K. Richard Jenkins. The editor did it. Jesus.
You're
he's
back.
real,
You're
and
back.
he's like a month ago. So let it go.
I'm a drink.
And so we have, in the bunker, we have the genetic makeup people and the rich people.
Are those the only two genetic makeup people?
I feel like if they were going through whatever, like Ancestry.com or whatever, and looking up people with the right genetics, they found 2 people. They found 1 male and 1 female.
That's Adam and Eve.
But we don't know how many outposts there are, you know? Because
Well,
this is
3
outposts.
left. But even if...
No, I thought 3 were taken over.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 3 have been taken over. But then she said we're the last outpost of civilized humanity.
But
she could be lying.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Okay, but anyway, so we're jumping ahead.
The devil
too much.
is a liar.
So we don't know how many. I think we don't know how many outposts there are. Either way, there's at least 4 of them.
Right, that's a minimum that we know about.
A minimum, because they said 3 were taken over, and we're in 1. So whether or not later they were the only 3 or whatever. So
well, and this guy, Vampire Lestat, had to come from somewhere, right?
He's talking about consolidating what's left of the outpost into 1 sanctuary.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of, like, I'm still not 100% sure that some of these outposts aren't absolute bullshit, like... You know,
you think this is the only one?
Are things as bad and widespread as they're saying? Is it localized to America? Is it localized to specific locations?
The outposts, or
no, not the outposts. The destruction.
No,
like
because
how much of? Well, we saw 1 bomb go off.
No, but we saw the
London
news
went
story.
Down, Hong Kong
London
went down, Moscow went down.
Russia.
Right. So these are major cities. What I'm saying is there could be smaller pockets of people that have nothing to do with the. What are they calling themselves? The conglomeration? The cooperation? Cooperation.
The co-op.
Cooperative.
Yeah.
That's some communist bullshit, and I don't agree with it. But
well, I mean, there is a point there that if the major cities go down, how does that affect... I mean, it's like the beach. Australia was fine until the radiation drifted down there many years later. So...
I mean, I imagine that if you set off, and of course I don't know this, but if you set off enough bombs in the world, the fallout's going to get everywhere at some point.
Well,
At some point.
Yeah.
Well, like if LA and New York go down, at what point does Topeka, Kansas get it?
But you're also assuming there's no individual preppers. There's no, like, people who have prepared for this outside the government. Like, there's a lot of different factions, and I feel like this one like group of people is like we're all that's left. I feel like that's bullshit.
So we have some comments. So
Yes.
K. Richard Jenkins says it's rich people, DNA people, and hijackers of the program. So are the hijackers Sarah Paulson and Kathy
Yeah, I think
Bates?
so,
yeah. They're like definitely going rogue
yeah, there's
against whatever
something
the
happening.
cooperative
They're having their own
wants.
little game.
And then,
That's why they sent Vampire Lestat to come and check out their shit.
yeah, and then In Levitt says that she wonders if the Coven witches are in one of the three and the murder house or in another, and they all come together.
Well, because, I mean, who's left of murder? All the murder house people are ghosts except for the baby. And, I guess, Constance.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Constance is still technically alive. But see, this is my question. Like, if with that knowledge, again, we're getting back to, like, assuming what's going to happen. But, like, if they presented this season as, yeah, it's Apocalypse, but it's Apocalypse because of this demon baby who is supposed to be the Antichrist. That's how they
we
presented
haven't encountered that. Yeah.
No, but that's the logo for the show. The logo for the show is a demon baby.
I don't know how much we can trust the logo.
Like, if it all occurred because of this baby, is the cooperative the like cult that's taking care of this demon child?
Yeah.
Like, is the cooperative involved in more supernatural things than just like this apocalypse occurred? You know, like there's another layer to this apocalypse occurring. It's not just people hanging out trying to survive the apocalypse,
Right.
and that's the story. There is another layer.
Yeah. I'm curious to know how they, you know, and maybe some of it's going to be flashbacks to, like, how do the rich people know that they can buy 4 spots at $400 million? And, you know, how do you hire the Greys? So
Yeah, where'd the
you can't-
Greys come from?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
how are the Greys picked?
So K. Richard Jenkins says, if I'm there first and see gray and purple, I put on purple and kill anyone who might object.
Okay.
So he has a plan.
I'm with you.
Or
He has a
refuse
plan.
to do their hair.
Yeah.
Or refuse to do
Yeah.
their hair. Because apparently that works for Evan Peters, who
But
can
of
get
course,
away with
but,
anything.
you know, again, even though
He
Evan,
can do no wrong.
see, that's the thing. It's like 4 spaces were bought for rich people.
Right.
One of them was filmed by a rich person who owned it, Coco. The other 3, her assistant, okay. But Evan, even though he's a hairdresser, his mother was filthy rich.
Grandmother.
His grandmother was filthy rich.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, makes him kind of rich. So why didn't they just say, well, those rich people aren't coming, so why did he have to, like, fight for a spot? And what, you know...
And why such a small group of people?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
if
like
you
there
have
should
3...
be more people
If
in
you have
there.
3 other co-ops, that's still, like, 20 people that survive?
Right.
Like,
I mean, because, yeah, we have 2 genetic people.
yeah,
And then
Adam
there
and
was
Eve.
4, 5, 6. In theory, there was 6 rich people.
Hi, Ryder.
Hey. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like we've only got 2 kids that can, like, procreate to create a new world.
Right.
That's
You got...
not going to work for very long because
Right.
their babies
Well, and I
can't
mean,
incest with
and
each
more
other.
importantly, like,
Some
how
gay
many
people? How did the gay
how
dudes
many
show
like
up?
reproductive females? Men don't matter.
Right, you have
the
2
females are
maybe
important.
3 if you consider Sarah Paulson.
Yeah.
At most 3.
Yeah.
Her, the blonde bitch, Coco.
Joan Collins ain't having
Hey,
no
Joan
babies.
Collins is not
Joan
popping
Collins
out.
is
Well,
Yeah,
I
they
mean, they
were
were
out.
relying on the rich people to help with that. So it was
Yeah,
really...
they were relying on them to provide the money for this to exist.
Well, they did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the rich people... I mean, and Joan Collins wasn't even supposed to be there. You know, the rich people paid for it.
It was
So they
technically
got-
supposed to be Coco's family, right?
Right.
Okay.
And they were in Hong Kong when it went down, and they died. So...
Well, and, okay, so at the same time, I guess they bought their tickets. Then we've got Adam and Eve who were, like, pre-selected from God knows where. And then, but they weren't allowed to bring anybody extra.
No?
But then, like, Coco was allowed to bring whoever the F she wanted. It wasn't
Well,
anybody,
she had
like,
4 spots.
4
genetically predisposed.
Because they have
or-
money.
Yeah.
It was genetics
Yeah.
or money.
Yeah, it was genetic. Yeah. I don't know why you're questioning it. 4 spots were filled by rich people. 3 of them didn't make it, but they had 4 spots.
Okay.
Plus, the 2 gay guys, I think, were rich people.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter if they're gay. They're rich people, bought and paid for.
Yeah.
And that's the room. So
And then the 2 gay dudes, I don't know
that's
where
what I'm talking
they
about.
came from.
Yeah,
They're
he
rich
just-
people.
Oh,
Are
is
you
that
not
where they
listening?
were?
Yeah.
You just said that, Audie. Pay attention.
I'm gonna stop talking. Someone else talk.
So then let's talk. What are Sarah Paulson and Kathy Bates up to with their secret purple tea party?
I'm drinking a secret purple tea party.
Playing a little game of baccarat or whatever. I don't know.
First of all, I'm shipping it.
Yes.
Second of all,
I'm
Kathy Bates looks awesome.
Audie does not speak for the whole group.
I didn't say we're shipping it. I said I'm shipping it.
Yes. So Audie just said in Love It was like, did you think there was going to be a love thing going on with Sarah and Kathy's characters in that bedroom scene for a moment? Yes. For sure, I thought they were going to kiss.
If not, then for sure Kathy Bates is banging that Sasquatch lady.
Yes.
Sasquatch lady.
What Sasquatch?
The really tall
The big, the
Sasquatch
giant
lady.
Why do you think her?
Because they're like real close.
What? Is that a
What? You
lady?
mean they were standing
that's
near?
the lady
By
from Freak
close,
Show.
you mean they were standing
Oh.
near
Yeah,
each
it's the
other
really
in a
big-
room?
Oh, did we drink for her?
I did, and I
I
said,
did not
hey, look, it's
remember.
the lady from Freak Show, and I drank. No one was paying attention.
know.
We're doing
It's hard
bad
to pay
today.
attention to all the conversations that go on during that show.
There's a lot of drunken screaming that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, Amazon Eve is what she was.
Amazon Eve.
Is what
I feel like it's a really interesting setup for a good season, which is what Ryan Murphy does well.
Set it up.
But following through is questionable.
Fair enough.
He does the setup. He does the what there's like 3 moves in volleyball. You stop it, you set it up, and then you spike it.
And he's
he
not so good
always
with the
fails
spike.
on the spike.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's weird to me. Evan Peters is not Tate. Sarah Paulson is not Cordelia. Kathy Bates is not Madame Lalaurie.
well,
Wait, why is that weird? Because these actors play different characters every single
And
season.
he introduced recently in recent seasons having them play multiple characters in
That
one
is
show.
true. That is
because
true.
Tate is a ghost.
Yes.
Tate is only if he shows up is either going to be in a flashback at the house or in the crater that's left.
But
where the house
he's
used to
8
be.
years older
Or
now.
it's gonna be
Are they going to have
Halloween
him
and
try
he's
and
gonna
play
come
this
for a
little
visit.
teenage ghost?
I would like to add that Evan Peters looks exactly the mother same as he did in Murder House. No physical difference.
No,
Evan
aging?
Peters still looks like a teenager. He could possibly be a vampire. Look it up. I don't know. Fake
Yeah.
news.
But you see, that's my question because we're talking about Murder House. Wait.
I'm going to bring it up in a second. You keep talking. Andrew.
One thing they got to do was go out on Halloween. Does Halloween matter anymore?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Oh.
it's still All Hallows Eve.
Hi,
Technically.
Lily.
Hi, Lily. Welcome
wait,
back.
wait,
Haven't
read-
seen you in a
So,
read
while.
what
Richard
Lily
Jenkins Richard Jenkins says, Game of Thrones example, 3 men at a table, king, priest, rich man, one guy standing with a sword who has the power. I don't really know.
The power
That's
is wherever
interesting.
men
No,
believe
it's like a
it
riddle.
lies.
And then Lily says, hey guys, I'm at work but listening. Just sneaked out to the bathroom to hello.
Hi. You're in the bathroom
Big
watching
XO
us.
to you all. Hello.
We love you.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're figuring out so far is who does have the power, whether it's the cooperation or whether it's...
Right now, Vampire Lestat
I mean,
has
well,
the
after,
power.
I mean, they jumped ahead
Michael
18 months,
Langdon.
but we
Yeah,
haven't
Michael
seen
Langdon.
them, we haven't seen them try to actually, overpower the leader people, whatever you
Yeah,
call
they
them.
haven't fought back again, even after Stu. Can we just talk about the Stu is Stu?
Stew is
Stew.
stew!
That was the
That's
best.
what I said. I said stew is to stew. And then he said stew is stew.
Awesome, and that was possibly one of my favorite moments
So
tonight.
But at the same
Soylent
time,
Green people.
when you've been stuck in there and you're starving and all you're eating is one vitamin a
Well,
day.
What does she say? She's like, well, how about just an arm? Can we just eat an arm?
Well, and then of course they tried to psych themselves out that stew was contaminated. They wouldn't do this, but I didn't remember until just now that stew
He
was not
wasn't. He
contaminated.
was not
not.
contaminated.
No, they faked it. But the question is, are Sarah Paulson and Kathy Bates just crazy about murdering? Or
I think, to do
was
it that early on, it was probably just a way to exert
power
their
play.
power. To show, don't fuck with us because we will kill you
Yeah.
without giving you a second thought.
They must have some kind... Okay, so first of all, they don't seem excessively worried about the food in spite of the fact that they're about to run out. Sarah Paulson and Kathy Bates. So I don't even know like what their stores look like or anything. I mean, not like actual stores, but like their
I wonder if they
stores.
have more than what they're
cutting down
saying.
to one jelly a day.
But are they
Half a
doing that
jelly.
because of like power control, or are they doing that because they're actually running out
They
of food?
did say in the
half-starving
beginning
people are
we have
easier.
enough for a year and a
18
half.
months.
But we
Yeah.
don't know if anything they say is true.
Yeah, we
This
can't
is
believe
also
anything.
true.
And also, like, it's easier to subdue someone when they're hungry.
But then at the same time, after a year and a half when the stores were supposed to start running out, is when Vampire Lestat came in to, like, do some management.
But it
Like,
seems
he's
like
here, like, you're about to run out of food, I need to assess the situation.
if they were using their original rations, they had 18 months, but they took away a person and started rationing them down before they got to those 18 months. And so it seems like they're not done. I got stuck under the table. It seems like they're not done. Like, they're not running out of food yet because they're trying to ration before they do that. I
I like the power dynamics that they've created. This world is very weird, but I don't feel like we're going to be in it forever. Like,
In
like
the
it has
underneath?
to, yeah,
Well, I
things
mean,
have to expand.
Whether it's science or fiction, the world has got to come out. Because here's another thing. Okay, if they have 18 months worth of food, what did they expect to happen?
To do after 18 months.
At the,
Maybe.
Well, they probably expected the cooperative to show up and help them. Because, see, I do think the cooperative is real, and I believe Sarah Paulson and Kathy Bates believe the cooperative is real. They're just, like, the
they
branch
said
manager.
They've
and
paid our
they're-
bills for
Yeah.
for so long.
Well,
The
Let's
branch
see for this.
manager's handling what's happening. Yes.
Also, this is kind of the reason that it's been difficult for me to get into, sorry to bring it up, but shows like The Walking Dead, but just like apocalypse shows or movies in general, is that this is all you're doing. All you're doing is surviving until you all eventually die. Like, I mean,
Or you rebuild. I mean, that's the point. The point is to try and rebuild.
yeah, but most apocalypse stories like this, like, don't really get like a rebuilding. It's just kind of, we're just waiting around until we all eventually die off.
Yeah,
So-
there's not an end game.
I
And
think-
that's what they even said. They just said,
Yeah,
they said,
someone
like,
said it.
we're waiting just to figure out how we die.
I do think one of the biggest, like, clues to what's going to be coming as far as the, like, cult and supernatural level stuff comes is in the clothing. So at first I didn't know if the whole clothing and the whole ideology of how they're dressed and the purples and all that was strictly a Sarah Paulson and Kathy Bates crazy moment. Like, that's their way of controlling. But then when Vampire Lestat showed up, he's wearing the same kind of stuff. He's dressed in this, like, old garb. So these guys have not only been planning for the apocalypse, they have, like, a plan.
a costume.
They know, like, they have a whole society created
Yeah.
with an aesthetic and stuff. And that, to me, says cult.
Well, of course, also this
Like,
aesthetic
satanic cult.
is at a time that, is at best post-industrial revolution, but pre-technology, mass production. So it's like how,
Some of it looked like French Revolution
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
well,
which
yeah,
the
but
pink
like
ones
clothes
you
that
say.
were produced
Mm-hmm.
not by
Like in the early 1900s.
by
Yeah.
Chinese children in a cave, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
We have a couple of... So, in Love It says, is Sarah and Kathy's characters kind of low on the totem pole on the outside world because their dream is to be rich purple one day?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think Kathy
they're
Bates
like
is
a
supposed to be
management.
purple.
Yeah, I don't think they are
Yeah.
as high up as they are making themselves out to be.
They're supposed to be a local branch manager and assistant manager, and
Yeah.
they're suddenly trying to be
assistant
general
to the regional
manager.
manager.
yeah, I mean, their job seems to be to keep the purples in line, while I guess being in charge of the grays.
And I don't know
and
how
keeping
many.
them in line.
I mean, they could even be like the butlers. I could see them
Right.
being, because
Well,
they're...
Maybe
like
they're
upstairs
supposed to be
staff.
the Greys.
No, they're upstairs. The grays are downstairs.
But they chose to be that way. Like, we don't know what the actual rules are. We just know what Kathy Bates and Sarah Paulson made out of this
Are
little,
telling.
like,
Well, but
corner
I mean,
of
they
their
couldn't. I
world.
mean, they had to be given some of their power. They couldn't have taken
Yeah.
it all because people were dropped off to them.
yeah.
So,
and then Carrie Jenkins is just pointing out that the Dark Ages took 1,000 years. Most of that time was just surviving. So when it comes
This
to
is
apocalypse,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, so just I was thinking about the fact that this space that they're in used to be a boys' school. Are there boy covens?
Oh, like warlocks?
Yeah.
Was there a thing about warlocks?
Well, I mean, Leslie Jordan was technically a warlock. There weren't any at that school, but I guess, like, Hogwarts? Like, I don't know.
I mean,
no,
I'm just
this is not Hogwarts.
If this could be it, like, if that's what it could have been, because it is weird that it's underground, and it seems like if it's going to be
and it's got an aesthetic. It's got that.
So it definitely could be. If it's a boys' school for boy witches.
It could have been, like a warlock
if that's
school.
the only tie-in, that's bullshit.
No, I don't believe it. I think this vampire Lestat is, like, I think
he has a name. What is his name? Have we been
Michael
given
Langdon? I think
no,
that
not the actor name.
No, that's not the actor. He showed his ID and it said
Michael Langdon.
That's not the actor's name. But I think he is our gateway. Like, I think he belongs to whatever cult is taking care of this apocalyptic child. But now we have to start thinking if this is, anything like the Bible apocalypse or it's got this supernatural feel, there's a lot of things coming. There's the 4 horsemen. There's all sorts of battles coming.
Nope, there are only 2 horses.
There are all sorts of like things that still have to happen if this is a supernatural apocalypse. It's not just the blowing up. There's like rituals and thing to come. And now, like, I guess the demon baby's supposed to rule the earth?
Sure.
Well, I mean, the thing is we only had the one supernatural element, though, was when Pretty DNA Boy got out of the shower and he has 666 written on his mirror.
And it said beware.
Yeah.
And there was a whispery voice, beware.
Beware.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing we've seen. Hi, Brad Miller.
Hey, Brad. It's been a bit. So, did you guys watch it? Any other questions, comments, rude remarks? Like, I feel like we're spinning around in circles because we don't have enough information.
Well, it's still so early.
But it's really, I'm interested. I'm interested to see.
It's hard to form opinions just yet.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how this relates. And if it's some crappy little, because this is supposed to be a cult murder house crossover.
No,
this
Coven
is,
Murder House.
I'm sorry, Coven, not cult. Coven and Murder House crossover.
Oh gosh, we're gonna wait till the very last episode, and they're gonna spend like 5 minutes throwing in random crap
of it. It's supposed to literally be a crossover, so I gotta. Even if I don't get the characters, I better get some kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And if the only relationship is that this demon child came from Connie Brennan and Dylan McDermott, then I'm fucking done. But my guess is that Vampire Lestat is going to take some people to Cult Central.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Well, maybe part of the crossover, and I think it's too early to say that the baby's being taken care of by a cult. Mm-hmm. I don't know that it has to be a cult. But maybe that's where the crossover is, that we're going to have flashbacks to see more of how the cooperative came into being.
Yeah.
So we're taking the baby from its creation, who takes care of it, who raises it.
Well, technically, Jessica Lange was supposed to raise the baby.
Well, but we see
maybe
that
she
happen.
did,
and then maybe the witches come and take the baby over, and
maybe we'll get and I hope this isn't what happens, but maybe we'll get one episode where the witches try to stop the apocalypse through magical means and fail.
Brad Miller says that he missed us. Thank you too, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
And that the 666 in the mirror disappeared afterwards. He thinks it was Cordelia warning him.
Oh, Cordelia. Okay. Now, I would be down for some extra parts being played by this. I'm with it. I'm fine. I have no problem with Sarah Paulson having a conversation with Sarah Paulson.
I mean, well, if you're going to cast the same actors in all these roles each season, and you're going to do a crossover, you're going to kind of have the actors having scenes with themselves.
Yeah. I also promise right now that I will fill up my drink and finish it if I get to see Tate in his murder spree outfit. Period.
What murder spree outfit?
When he went on his shooting spree
makeup.
where he had it, and that
wait,
happened.
Because he got sued by the guy.
What?
The tattoo guy. They got sued.
What do you mean?
They got sued?
Yeah.
Who?
What?
Because there's a guy who has tattoos that look like that.
Dude, that's some bullshit.
You can't copyright your tattoos.
A skull.
I don't know.
You don't own the the image of a skull tattoo
You
guy.
cannot copyright your own
That's
tattoos.
some bullshit. I call bullshit
They
on
got
that.
in trouble. Look it up. They got in
But-
trouble.
Well, they may have gotten sued, but that doesn't mean he won the lawsuit.
Wait.
know.
But I just want to have that on record. What did she
On
say
record,
she was going to
I will
drink?
fill my drink and finish it if I get to see him in his skull.
Wait, and like how short of a time? Like
I
what?
will
You're
just
gonna spend
drink
a
it.
whole
I'm just
hour
gonna glug
drinking
it.
your
I'm
drink?
gonna finish it. I'm gonna
She's
just
gonna chug
She's
it.
gonna
chug
chug it. We should get a funnel.
Jesus.
I didn't say.
Um,
I was gonna
on
shotgun it.
record.
And Levitt wants to say that the last 2 years of the season finales have been shit.
Yeah.
I'll
That shit was
drink
okay.
to
No, I
that.
didn't mind Colt.
Colt
honestly.
was good. I think Colt was the first one since Murder House where it was actually...
No, the end of Coven was good.
I liked Hotel.
I never
Shut up!
finished.
Get out!
I
It's my
never
house,
finished
get out.
Hotel. I never finished Hotel,
Damn it,
so
I
I don't
forgot.
know.
But
The
really,
ending of Roanoke was dumb.
that was
Yeah,
but really.
Roanoke could have ended earlier and been much better.
right.
Well, see, that is also the issue with a lot of these Ryan Murphy
He
shows.
can't close.
Is that, yes, start off really strong, build up to this great climax, and then you have like 2 or 3 episodes, sometimes more than that, episodes left, where you're just like, why is this still going? What are you doing? Now you're just...
Yeah.
In case we haven't beaten you over the head with the message...
I just want to know what exactly about all the ghosts becoming bloggers did you like?
It was funny.
That whole season
This
was
is not
atrocious.
a comedy.
The whole season was atrocious and made absolutely no sense. And then they all became bloggers. Okay, I'll give it to you because it's personal taste.
Yeah. I think we're done. We've been 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Any last questions, comments? Please join us on the American
And
Horror
Lois said
Story.
Roanoke.
We have the Lives of the Jerk Watch group on Facebook.
Yes,
as a discussion group for American Horror Story.
All of us
I
check
finally
it
get
frequently.
to look at it because we had to wait till Sunday for no
Yeah.
spoilers.
And
Stevie
we
Nicks coming back, and Levitt says Coven is her favorite, and Stevie Nicks is coming back.
Yes.
That's
Sing,
Stevie
goat
Nicks
queen,
is-
sing.
I did like Coven, but...
And
Stevie
Misty
Nicks.
Day, from what I understand, is coming back as well.
Good.
Which is really important because everybody may remember Misty Day brings people back from the dead.
Oh, but
That's
they'll have
what
all their
Misty
tumors.
does. So, well, I don't know. Maybe she'll bring Billy Eichner back.
Oh, that's true.
I'm still sad they like. If that's all the Billy Eichner I get to see this season, I'm gonna be real sad.
Well, no, I mean, that's what I said first off. This is American Horror Story. Just because someone dies in the first episode does not mean they will not come back this season.
Yeah.
Because that's how the show has always been. What was it? In Coven, how many of the main characters did they kill off right away?
yeah, that's
And then
true.
they all came back. Like, this is...
in the first episode, like, and I mean Emma Roberts is coming back. Like, a lot of these characters are coming back.
Yeah, we have a lot of people who are still
So-
we haven't seen yet.
Oh, I didn't see Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts was actually credited in this episode.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe the show's a little different as opposed to like other shows that they will only credit people if they are in that particular episode. But I think
Game
American...
of Thrones.
Yes. But I think, yeah, American Horror Story is always just kind of done. These are the people that are going to be in this season.
So I mean, we didn't miss next week, right?
No.
So there apparently is a trailer for next week, and according to Ann Lovett, if I'm translating everything correctly, Billy Eichner is seen hanging under a carriage all dirty.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to go online and we'll see. Maybe we can post it on our group,
Yeah.
the preview. So yeah, feel free to join the discussion on there.
Well,
all of
could
us
you
check
just
it all the time.
Google it right
so, yeah, we can do it in a minute.
Well, we can discuss
Because we're
that.
like live streaming right now.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm also gonna try to start an Game of Thrones season 8 group for
Good.
anybody who wants to join one.
I
know
will
some
be the
people
first
will
joiner.
Well, are you sure? We might be sharing articles you don't want to read since you want to live in your bubble of ignorance about season 8.
I wouldn't call it a bubble of ignorance. I'm not trying to read up on all the spoilers.
Okay,
I'm
fair
sorry.
enough. I got some spoiler shit I need to talk about to some people. So,
Yeah, I think that's it, though.
I think we're good. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you
it's
for
good
joining.
to see all
Thank
our
you
old
for
friends,
talking.
new friends.
Yes. If you haven't yet, check us out on YouTube. We have a whole bunch of videos. We'll be posting our reaction videos. We might be streaming. We'll see. We have to figure out if we are able to.
Maybe we could stream on Facebook.
Yeah. And then, we have our Facebook groups. Also, if you haven't yet, feel free to join our Patreon. Zach Baxter, ZACK Baxter. It helps us out. Even if you give us just $1 a month, that really helps us.
And then you can see us for our nights after dark.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fun content.
All sorts of
on
videos
there.
that are only on our Patreon that are very, very
We
fun.
need to go out again so that we can. Well, we will be going places.
We need more of that content.
Yeah.
We will be going places. So stay tuned for fun nights of the Drunk Watch. Shh.
Are we done?
All right.
I think we're done.
So we're in That's the Drunk Watch.
And now our talk has ended. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
That one